listen to the song while we playing. You know what I'm saying? Shit. What's that?
Why does our theme stop? Why does the theme need to always be a wrestling intro? I feel like this is somebody that has a white guy with wet hair that's just walking out, and then
there was no Monday Night Football inspired. This is no Monday Night Football inspired, sir. But this sounds like Jelly Roll playing on.
It does.
So that fits Monday Night Football. That's what we doing. Let's go. This is your boy Live. Looking clean, looking sexy. I don't even have to say the first part. No, I can do the point. And of course, I'm joined with the legend himself, the best in the Midwest on the mic. It is the Uniqo Williams and the judger, the man who judges your sports takes, judges your life, judges everything about you. It is the Monray Hudson, as he'll join us shortly as we get the show started. How y'all doing today? Before we get into sports, how y'all doing today? After that, we're gonna do a quick update, and then we're gonna get quickly into the power rankings. Uniqo, how you doing today?
Man, I'm doing fine, and I'm traveling more than the NBA at this point. Like I'm traveling more than NBA guards and power forwards at this point. Yeah, man, I'm excited, man. We doing some great things. We got some good momentum going into this new year, and I'm super excited to do what we do.
And of course, we got Monray Hudson. How you doing today, Monray?
Yeah, I'm gonna eventually call myself Mr. Accurate because my takes be on point for the early part of the season. But we here again. I'm gonna have to let you know what I think and what I know. I'm feeling good.
I love how open your mind is, like when your team is not in the top 3, but that's fine.
But today we are doing. I don't know. We can hear you. So I don't know what you just said.
I'm just saying. I just know that there's a number. The best player on the Boston Celtics is doing the best that he can with very limited help, and they're in the top 8. They would be in the playoffs today. But go ahead.
I mean, yeah, like he's doing what he can to recover from that Achilles injury, but the number 2 is holding down. I appreciate it.
Are we get off the music? It's really distracting.
You can't talk to music. You need to go.
I can't talk over snares boom batting because I got a musical mind like that.
We're just getting the intro. Just lower a little bit. There we go. We back. I hope everybody enjoyed that intro.
Okay, I'm cool with ambiance, but I was like, man, hold on, because if this dude say nah, one more time,
it's the who he is. We keep it in there. That's the intro music. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Hope y'all enjoyed the ambiance as we get into the show. We're talking about the NBA power rankings. Where do we put everybody in our top 5 after the first 25 games? We are also going over NFL power rankings, and we're projecting the playoffs as we have basically just 2 teams that secure the playoff spot, and then everybody else is kind of close. But it's not also a lot of teams just got eliminated, so it's not that many teams, so it's like a little easier to put them in. So we're gonna be doing that. Note: we normally be on the Keep It 99 Sports channel, over on 99 Sports, not Keep It 99, over on 99 Sports channel. Well, we will not be there that month. We'll probably just drop the whole video over there as a video instead of a live or so, but we'll be back on that channel next month, so be prepared for that. Why? Because I don't know why, but it will not hit me on that channel despite me having it. Also, other news, we have a video every week. Be here Friday if you want to watch the Jake Paul knockout party. We're going to project what round he gets knocked out in. We're going to have wings, food. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a celebration. It's going to be a party. We're going to be here to watch the live reaction to the Jake Paul knockout party here this Friday on this channel. So be here for that. You're going to have a good time. Enjoy. We're going to eat food. Get your popcorn ready. Get your wings, whatever you want to do. Hang out with your boys. We're going to comment, give your prediction on what round he's going to be knocked out in, all of that. We're going to be like a pretty good, decent stream. You'll see people probably coming in and out. I don't know how it's going to work yet, but hopefully everybody be here for the main event. It's going to be a good time on Monday. So be here for that. Casual Conversation will be here on Thursday. Tomorrow I have some type of video, probably some live video or something also, because I will be doing a video every month. And go watch my stupid AI dinosaur video that y'all seem to love. I'm just breaking down the dinosaur, and people just loved it and laughed, so I do appreciate it. But let's get in these power rankings. We're going to go with the similar one first, so it's me and Monray. We're going to go with ours first. Mine is number 1, OKC, of course. OKC.
We're starting NBA this week. Okay.
We're gonna start off NBA. We got 2 NFL ones, so we're gonna end it with that. We start off with OKC number 1, Spurs number 2, Pistons number 3, Nuggets number 4, Lakers number 5. Why do we got the Spurs number 2? they beat number 4 and number 5 without their best player, and then they beat number 1 with their best player. So we got to give them a little bit of respect. They only like 1 game behind in terms of that. Pistons, we want to show the East some love, so we gave them the number 3 spot, put them up there. Number 4, the Lakers. I mean the Nuggets. Number 4 is the Nuggets. The Nuggets are the number 2 seed right now in the NBA. So we're going in the West. So we're gonna get them credit. And Lakers, of course, offensively a monster team. We got to show them some love. LeBron's back. Austin Reeves has kind of fell out back a little bit, but listen, I saw Luka almost go 33 in a quarter. Yeah, them boys are offensive scoring. That is my top 5, and like I said, a similar list is Monray's. They can explain why.
I mean, yeah, like we're really similar to have the order differently because I can't do this power rankings based off of solely your wins and solely head-to-head matchups because I know basketball, you're not going to play a team one time. You're going to play them best of 7. And so I'm basing them on not only best of 7, but how they look overall, the team, going through the season, everything of that nature. So naturally, OKC's number 1. They're the definitive team until proven otherwise. I got the Nuggets at number 2 still. They still have arguably the best player in the world, not there at least top 2. And the team looks great. It looks immaculate. Looks like they're going to make another deep run as well. Number 3, I have the Spurs. They're a little bit behind because they do have wins against a lot of really good teams. The problem is I'm concerned on injuries. They've shown a little bit of injury consideration for the first part of the year. That's a little bit of a scary thing for them. And they're unproven for the most part when it comes to playoffs or deep runs, anything of that nature. So I got to see how they're able to withstand adversity and going throughout the rest of the year. But if all goes healthy with them, they are going to be a monster team for any out or anything that could possibly go all the way. So those are the 3 definitive teams. After that, we got the Lakers a step right behind it because I want to see really want to see if this offensive production is going to be able to continue. These monster games between Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic, they are great to watch, but I don't know if they're going to be able to continuously keep that. And Luka's health over the course of the season has always been a concern, and the defense is still a little bit of a concern as well to me. So they're going to be a step right behind them at number 4. And I have the Pistons. I was arguing between the Pistons and the Rockets, but keeping in consideration the Pistons do have a better record, and they have beaten the Rockets before, even though the second game of the season. But they have beaten for them, and they have beaten the Rockets, and they do have a better record. Though I don't think the Pistons are just going to be able to withstand this amazing pace of games, and it is primarily in the East where none of the Eastern teams are really in any kind of consideration for a championship run. I will say the Pistons are right now showing themselves to be the cream of the crop for the East. So those are mine.
As we see, Aladdin Sane has said he's crapped his pants. So, I appreciate you for this. I'm telling you, listen, the show is so good. My man has crapped his pants. I appreciate that. But the reason I also want to go over there. The reason I put the Spurs up there. Listen, we went 9-3 without our best player, and we still just 1 game behind. I got to give us number 2. That's just for me. I'm like, listen, we didn't have our best. Matter of fact, we didn't even have our second best player for like 6 of those games. So which is I'll play Castle between Castle and Fox. We didn't have our play. And then
I'm cool with it. I promise. I also understand with basketball, I cannot go solely by your record. And so if I'm judging who I really think the best 2 teams and the best 2 or 3 teams in the entire league are, if I got the Nuggets and the Spurs in a 7-game series, I'm not picking the Spurs. And I just the honest truth as of right now. Right now, I will not pick that. That could change, but I can't look at that age, so I'm not going to do that. So right now, I would have the Nuggets above them for 1. And so, and then there's a few other things, but yeah, I wouldn't do that.
We beat them without Castle or Wemby. I just want you to know that.
And that's happy. I also understand it's a long season. And like if I have to pick both teams healthy for a 7-game series, I'm not picking the Spurs. Just see what it is.
Joking by himself. All right. We got Uniqo Williams list, which is the list that's vastly different from ours. But not bad.
Okay. So let me preface my list and what we doing here. Is this the first quarter of the season?
Yes.
Huh? Hello?
Yes. It is.
I'm prefacing that this is not a full season of work. This is not a true power ranking right now. Because honestly, if we was doing it like if we're doing it like we're about to do the NFL, then we talking about power rankings. as it's going, right? Like as it's going at this certain point where we're going, because you can start a season off ass and then end up really good, or you can start the season off ass and it's be ass. But what I'm trying to say is this: I got OKC as number one because you can't argue it. You just can't argue it. And the passion that they showed when they lost to the Spurs, I get it. I get it. I got the Pistons up next. I know that they're in a weaker East, but I have to respect it. I have to respect it. I have to respect it. I have to respect the record. We're just gonna ride. I got the Lakers, and if we were going off of like an end of the year list, and you know where everything is close like that, I would say that the Knicks are actually ahead of the Lakers based off of this winning streak that the Knicks are on right now. They're hot. They're red hot. That's what defines a power ranking. Like right now, what you looking like. And the Knicks are on a pretty good streak here. And I'm going with the Spurs because and I got them at 5, but I know what I believe the Rockets can be, right? I know what the Rockets can be, and I feel like the Rockets can be better than the Spurs and the Lakers. I left Denver off of here because, man, I know they got Joker. I get all that, but I just need more time. Now, everything can change again when we get to the halfway mark of the season. I can't wait. So that's where I'm going to be at. But I got the Rockets because I believe in that team, and I'm saying power rankings right now. I'm just looking at like what kind of team y'all could be. Y'all got to look at it, y'all. The standings in the West is crazy. It's all 6 to 9 losses heading up to this. That's your
well to the 7th seed. Then you get the Golden State got a lot more losses, but
I'm saying that's a 3 game like switcherooski right there between 2 and 6, right? 3 games, and some of them is 1 game. You know what I mean? And then it starts getting kind of bad because then you get to the Jazz will be in the play-in right now at 15 L's, right? So it's 9 and 10, right? That can play in, right?
Yeah, 8 to
9.
8, 9, 7, 8, 9, 10.
That's play in. So I mean, we talking about Utah Jazz getting in at 10 and 15, and then with the Portland Trailblazers getting a chance, they on the outside looking in. So that's where we at with the West. And then and then when you get to the East, man, that we ain't worried about that. It's just a whole bunch of 11 lost teams right now. It's a lot of people looking at 500 in the face. Pause. I mean, even their best team is at 5, so it should be a lot of Western teams up here. Maybe I should sneak up the Lakers a little bit more, but I mean, and then obviously the West is a deeper conference. But at the end of the day, that's mine. Because it's not like a power ranking. It's just like, okay, this is how we looking at 20 games in, right? Or I'm sorry, 25, 26 games in. That's where I'm at. Quarter of the way through. All right, y'all looking good, but it's gonna be a race. I believe we have a segment for this later, so we'll go.
So first, Grandpa, the reason why I don't necessarily take in a lot of head-to-head losses as much is because if I did it in that way, I would say the Phoenix Suns are better than the Spurs because they've beaten them twice, one with Wemby. And because I know that things like that just happen, and it's not going to constitute the entirety of a team and what they're going to do in the playoffs necessarily. That's why I don't necessarily say that the Spurs are number 2 just because they've beaten them some teams head to head. I can do that. That's one.
It's Joker versus Wemby, then we win every other matchup.
The Pacers beat somebody 6 times.
So therefore, that's the main reason why I don't use it, because otherwise teams would be ahead of teams that don't make sense. As far as Uniqo, I am putting in a petition officially because it seems like we're finna go through in the NBA the same thing we went through in the NFL, except for the complete opposite. In the NFL, he pushed the Colts to the moon and demanded that the Colts be respected the entire way going. And the opposite is here. And the opposite is he is refusing to respect the Nuggets for any reason. And I don't understand it. I don't understand how the Nuggets are not in your top 5 power rankings. I do not understand it. I don't get it in any way. Like, I'm bottom. Even if we take head-to-head wins, the Nuggets have beaten the Rockets twice already.
Do I have the Rockets over? I do have the Rockets over.
So I don't. That's one I don't understand. And then the Nuggets are number 2 behind OKC in the standings. So or if I look at the player, Jokic is averaging another triple-double monster. I don't understand. One, the Knicks shouldn't even be here. The Knicks can't win anywhere away from home. I don't even understand why they're on this list.
Hold on. Don't do. They're on a 5-game winning streak and they're 9-1 in their last 10 games. Stop.
They can't win it. They cannot win if they're not at home.
It don't matter in their last 10 games.
Matter.
9-1.
It does matter. It does matter. If you cannot win away games, you have problems because you're not going to be the top seed. And if you're not going to be the top seed, you won't have home field advantage in the entire thing of the playoffs. So that does matter if you can't win.
What happens if I go 9-1 twice? What happens? What's that make me? 18-2?
You get a hand clap. Are they number 1? No, they're not number 1, which means they will not get home court advantage throughout the entirety of the playoffs. And if you cannot win away games, you have a problem.
They're 2 games back
of
the Detroit Pistons.
If you cannot win games away from home, you have a problem in the playoffs.
That's why you want to be the
And mind you, that is only in the East, where the East is depleted by injuries and the teams are not as good in the West.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead with your diatribe.
Therefore, the Knicks shouldn't even be on this list. And then I just don't understand why you don't respect the Nuggets. I don't get it. I don't get why you respect the Nuggets.
In wins, they're winning by 9 points. The Knicks, you got what do you mean? If somebody's on a 9,
the Nuggets have a better record than they do. The Nuggets have a players than they do, and the Nuggets play in a tougher division.
That's debatable. That's debatable.
Name a player on the Knicks that's better than Jokic.
I mean, I didn't say them. I didn't say no. Don't, okay, Joker is better than.
Then he is better than everybody on their entire team.
Mm-hmm.
So they have better players.
That little boy that run around like Kyler Murray, he's pretty.
So they have better players.
That little boy that run around like Kyler Murray, he's pretty damn good.
The Nuggets have better players than the Knicks. I don't understand this.
He's a foul merchant. He's a foul. I keep it real, Monray.
The Nuggets have better players than the Knicks. This is not a debate.
I love storylines.
This is not a debate. The Nuggets have better players than the Knicks. I don't understand this.
Cameron Johnson, who is he better than? Who's Cam Johnson better than? Tim Hardaway, Bruce Bowen. Who is he better than?
At the Jokic above every person on the Knicks. Easy. It is not, and mind you, it's not close. It is a wide margin that I would take Jokic above every no, against every player on the Knicks is a wide margin between Jokic and the rest on the Knicks. Is a wide margin.
I hate to say this to you. I hate to say this to you. I'm gonna put them up side by side, brother. I'm putting them aside. I didn't know this was going to be a debate, but okay, here we go.
I have a top 2 player in the world, and I have players on the Knicks that are arguably top 15.
Position by position. Jamal Murray versus Jalen Brunson.
Brunson is going to be better.
Two guard. Cam Johnson. Hell, and I'll even give you Tim Hardaway Jr. You want Bruce Brown? You can have him versus Josh Hart and Jordan Clarkson.
Give me the Nuggets.
Is it a wide margin?
No, it's not a wide margin on it. I said it's a wide margin between Jokic and everybody on the Knicks, and I mean a wide margin.
Hold on. Okay, at the 3, Spencer Jones or Mikal Bridges.
Probably Mikal Bridges. Probably.
Yes. Now OG at the 4. Versus Peyton Watson.
Where's Aaron Gordon? That's their 4. He must be injured. Because Aaron Gordon's their 4, and I would take Aaron Gordon easily. And then you have Jokic, who easily is going to be capped.
Versus OG?
I'm taking Aaron Gordon. Bro, the Nuggets, because of Jokic, have a far better roster than anything the Knicks is going to put up on paper. Like, it's not close.
And that's fine.
That is like me saying.
On paper, it's really close. You just
that's not really close. You are trying to compare Jokic to players that are barely top 15.
It takes 5. It takes 5.
No. In the NBA, one player can change and make your team amazing.
It takes 5.
No. In the NBA,
It takes one player to make your team amazing.
Has Joker played every game this season? And why are they not undefeated? Tell me that.
Why would any team be undefeated?
No, one person.
Because any team can lose on any given day.
That's what you're saying. One person.
Yeah, he's great. The same reason that OKC is undefeated, because any team can lose. It's the NBA, it's basketball.
But dig this. Okay, so Joker goes out and it's Carl Anthony Town. It's Cat versus Joker, right? You still got Mitchell Robinson coming in. Right? Stop doing this.
You want me to be afraid of Mitchell Robinson?
After Joker's out, absolutely. Hey, he's a viable center, and he's better than Jonas Valanciunas, 100%.
You want me to be afraid of Mitchell Robinson?
Your only thing is you have a very great player that needs to be great every single night in order for you to even be.
But he is great.
Good.
That's the point. He is. It's not just great. Joker is almost a transcendent talent. Like, he's that good to where the point he makes a team amazing by just being present. There's nobody on the Knicks that gets anywhere remotely close to that.
They pray for Jamal Murray to do something.
Jamal Murray has been doing well this season.
They pray for him to do.
But that's the problem. They don't need Jamal Murray to do a lot even. The only time they need Jamal Murray to do is get points in the playoffs. They have a player that is so good, the rest of the team dang near don't have to do much. He's that good. He's the one averaging triple doubles, the one that's been a multi-time MVP, and the one who's a champion. And you're trying to compare him to the people on the Knicks that couldn't even win an injury-ridden playoff year that was made for them.
I gave you one person.
I gave you one person. I would take over 5 on the Knicks.
You'll take that one person, man.
Over 5 on the Knicks. Yes, I would.
I can't believe. Okay, there it is. There y'all have it.
Joker is that good. You want me to get the starting 5 on the Knicks or Jokic? Give me Jokic because he's that good. I don't understand the comparison. I don't.
I'm not going to argue with you no more. I'm not going to debate with you no more about this. I
don't see it as late. The Knicks shouldn't be here and the Nuggets should be here.
You're going to take one person and then just be like, that's just it. Now, the only time that really applies is when, he's up there, but he ain't quite LeBron when it comes to dragging people to the playoffs. I'm going to tell you that much right now. And a lot of times, we've seen what's happened in the playoffs, but it is what it is. So I believe in his greatness.
So let's keep in context respect to LeBron, because LeBron dragged a team to the playoffs that was not that good. That's very true.
Several times.
Was the Eastern Conference trash when he dragged those teams there? Yes.
No, they
were trash.
I believe
don't act like it. They were trash.
I believe
They were trash.
NBA championship winners.
I'm not talking about in the finals. You said drag them through the playoffs. Was the Eastern Conference trash when he dragged them through the playoffs? Yes, they were.
Drag them to the play. Drag them
to
the
Eastern
finals.
Teams were trash. Yes, they were.
NBA finals. Yes.
I'm not talking about the NBA finals. You said drag them through the playoffs. Through the playoffs means getting through the finals. That means getting to the finals, through the playoffs, through the requisite rounds, which means he went through the Eastern Conference, which he always was a part of for most of his career, and the Eastern Conference was trash through those years. It is a known fact. So he dragged them through that, and you want to compare him to Jokic. Jokic had to drag his team as well, but did he drag them through a way harder conference? Yes. Yes, he did. So you want to compare the amount that the amount of the toll and the amount of load that LeBron had to carry for his Eastern team versus the amount of load and toll that Jokic has to drag his team through. But Jokic has a heavy load with a harder lineup to go against, and LeBron had a heavy toll with an easier lineup. You see how that's not going to equate right?
No, because I can't say that because it's different eras when LeBron had to do that. It's different eras.
We can look at the teams, bro. The teams were bad. The Eastern Conference was bad for a decade, bro.
No, we can't say that. We cannot say that about. We can't. And LeBron did this.
Zell, you see what I'm talking about? The Eastern Conference was a known fact. It was trash the years LeBron dragged them through it.
It was not He had to go against the eventual champions, Detroit Pistons. He had to get through them. Did they not beat the Lakers? Did they not beat the best?
The years? No. You said the years LeBron dragged bad teams to the playoffs. Not just the original Cavaliers year. We talking about the primary years where they were bad when he was on the Cavaliers the second time. And you want to talk about those years where the hardest teams he had.
He lost to eventual champions. What are you talking about?
You want to talk about when he was a rookie. You want to talk about his rookie? That's not when we point out to when LeBron was dragging teams. When he dragged the team where Kevin Love was injured and Kyrie Irving was injured, and the best teams he had to go against were the Pacers with the budding Paul George and the Roy Hibberts of the world and the Lance Stevenson blowing in his ear. And you gonna not talk about the other ones? You want to bring up the Pistons? That's 1 year. That's 1 year when he was a rookie.
He was not at a disadvantage with the Heat. What are you talking about? He had
I did not say the Heat. I said the years when he was with the Cavaliers and he had Kevin Love injured and he had Kyrie injured. That's the main years we talk about when LeBron dragged the team to the playoffs. And those years, the worst he had to deal with. Huh?
I'm talking. Okay, first, iteration of the Cavaliers with LeBron. He had to go against the Pistons.
Mm-hmm.
Tough team. He had to go against who they won a championship. Am I correct?
So you want to point to the years when LeBron was a rookie? You will point to the years when LeBron was a rookie. The main years we talk about LeBron dragging bad teams to the playoffs is not his rookie years. It's the years we came back to Cleveland and had those bad Cleveland teams or the injured Cleveland teams and had to go against the Eastern Conference where it was trash. And the ones he had to deal with were the Pacers, who were nobody's threat. They only was an argument to him because he was annoyed with them. And the Raptors with Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan, which we all know and see DeMar DeRozan is not a number one guy. And he swept them because he had to play them dang near by himself. And he swept them. And we all know that the Eastern Conference at those times were trash. It is a known fact.
Well, okay, well, you take the Eastern Conference out of there. The man went to the finals all them years, and he lost a great team. Because you won't keep it at the eras.
I'm respect to era, but you saying take out the Eastern Conference. When you drag a team through the playoffs is the Eastern Conference.
Let me be clear then. I don't know, because it's not clear to you. The first time that LeBron was with the Cavaliers, Celtics won the championship, and Detroit Pistons won the championship. Am I right? During his time with Cleveland, he was losing to great teams. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah, during his rookie years.
You're saying his rookie years is
his early years. Yeah, his early years when he was with him. His early years and his rookie years when he was with Cleveland. What I am telling you is that the main years people point to when they're talking about LeBron dragging teams to the playoffs is not the early Cleveland years.
Yes, it
is. Secondary Cleveland.
When he got swept by the Spurs, that's what they're talking about. They're talking about how he got beat by the Magic, how he got beat by Boston, how he made it to the Spurs and got swept. We know what that team was. He's dragging people. Those teams are supposed to be once you make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, then it's real. It's 1 and 2. What are you talking about? It's real 1 and 2 going at it. Them is real teams.
Zell, tell me if I'm wrong. The main biggest year we give LeBron so much credit for is the year where he dragged the Cleveland Cavaliers with an injured Kyrie Irving, an injured Kevin Love, and he had record-breaking stats for dragging them through the playoffs when that team had nothing better than not even Mario. It wasn't even Mario Chalmers on it. It was like Mo Williams and like the best people at the best. No, did he drag them through the playoffs? That's the most record-breaking statistical year LeBron had. It was that year. And that's the one we give him so much credit for because he gets the most credit. He gets the most credit for the 3-1 comeback.
That's the most credit he gets, and that's help. That's what I'm talking about. He had help. He had Kyrie and he had.
You literally pointed to a different year. We said the years he dragged the team to the playoffs, the 3-1 comeback, that nobody was injured.
I didn't say the first take we went. I said, man. He was playing against Boston. He was playing against Detroit. Them was the top tier team.
You just pointed out the main one he gives credit for the 3-1 year. The 3-1 year, nobody was injured. We're not talking about him dragging them there. That's not a year he dragged no team.
But he beat them.
That's not a year he dragged. Uniqo, you are changing the argument. You're talking about teams he dragged to the playoffs. You're pointing to the 3-1 deficit. The team he had with them were not injured. Kyrie and Love was there.
You're acting like he was going through 7-game series through the whole time. I'm not talking about that. What matters is the finals and what's happening in the finals and the teams he was going with. I didn't say through the playoffs like that. Like, man, round 1, they had doggone Pacers, blah, blah, blah. We're not talking about that. We're talking about
Uniqo. If you you cannot say going through the playoffs and you just talking about the finals. That's not going through the playoffs. That's just talking about finals.
I've never been worried about LeBron in the playoffs. I'm talking about when we get there to the West, and this is the team you got to put. That's what I'm talking about. How is
You're
that lost
talking
for
about
you?
the finals. You said he dragged teams through the playoffs. You cannot say he was in the finals and ignore the entire
That's
playoff
what I'm
run, but you say
arguing is he
dragging through
went
the
to the
playoffs.
finals. I'm saying he went to the finals and he went to the finals with bad teams. Does that make sense to you? And he did it. He did. Did he not beat the original Big Three? Did he not beat them?
The original Big Three. You talking about the Golden State Warriors?
Now, see, that's where we lost. We talking about the three amigos, Boston.
You say he had a bad team when he beat Boston when he had Bosh and Wade?
Huh?
The team when he had Bosh and Wade? And you say that's a bad team?
No, not that one. No, not that one. Not that one. Hold on. Let's read. What's going on? Hold on. My screen went blank. Okay, it's back. Let's circle back around and have this argument on another time. We got other stuff to talk about. Let's circle back around.
At this point, Uniqo done lost me, man.
You missing a point, and I'm apparently missing your point, and we got to talk about two separate things. We're talking about
watch this video again, because I think even you have lost your original point. My God.
Let's go. Monray is judging.
Hey, I'm judging too. Like, are you watching? Have you been watching the careers? The man went to 10 finals.
The man said going through the playoffs was solely about the finals and ignored going through the finals.
Was there only one team? Was there only one team in the East? That's all I'm gonna ask you. Was there only one team in the East?
We gotta go to the NFL now.
These people that went to the finals. Did somebody have to go to the finals? And did they win championships in the East during LeBron's run in his first time that he was with the Cavaliers? Is that fact or not? Has anybody, while LeBron has been in the East, has somebody taken him out the playoffs and won the finals against the much better West? Is that true?
Yeah, during his early years.
There it is.
But
thank you.
Your whole point was that he dragged bad teams through the finals, but he only made it to the finals the 1 year when he was the Cavaliers and got swept by the Spurs. So that means he didn't drag bad teams to the finals other than one time. But we have the other years where he came back and he dragged teams to the finals multiple years.
Nah, he ain't.
Y'all let us know what y'all thoughts on that is, because y'all give opinion who won that argument, Monray or
he didn't drag the Heat to any kind of final. He didn't drag them to that. He didn't drag them to that. That was a good team.
When did I say the Heat? I said he came back to Cleveland multiple times. I did not say the Heat.
I'm keeping it Cleveland. He lost to a really good Orlando team. He lost to a really good Boston team. He lost. You
are ignoring the literal second time he came back to Cleveland and had multiple years when he went to the finals.
I am ignoring that because he actually had Kyrie Irving. He actually had
the year they were injured. They were not there, and he dragged them to the finals with record-breaking stats.
I think Kyrie was there.
We can switch.
The man literally trying to ignore the most record-breaking year for LeBron's career. I can't believe it.
That doesn't matter to me because he had a good team at this point. He had
a good team, but they were injured. I can't. A good team, but the two main all-stars were not there. Oh,
well, let me really piss you off then. Let me really piss you off then. Let's go to the NFL. Let me really piss you off with this one.
At this point, I'm done.
This is a difference. My power rankings. Go ahead if you want to say them off, please, man.
Uniqo's NFL Week 16.
The Chargers on here, bro. I give.
Rams number 1, Broncos number 2. The number 3 are the Patriots, number 4 Chargers, and number 5 Texans.
Absolutely. It's not where you started, it's where you finishing, and it looks like Rams, they ain't going nowhere. That is what that is. Broncos, I actually have some real kind of Bo Nix is starting to grow on me a little bit. You may notice, and hey, listen, this right here is going to be how we end this. One of these teams could be in this power ranking, and one of them may not. And that's because the Patriots opened the door for us to have a real conversation about the Bills getting back into the power rankings, man. So this is the difference between being the number 3 in power rankings 1 week and then not being in power rankings at all, and somebody else being in here that wasn't in the power rankings at all. So that's a big caveat. Chargers, yes, they are in a weak division, but I think that, I mean, they're pushing through. They have a good record. It is what it is. No, Seahawks are not on this damn thing because that's an indictment. This past Sunday was an indictment on them that you barely won. You won with all field goals, and this was already a problem. I already said that I don't trust in the Seahawks. I mean, my biggest fights this year were Broncos and Seahawks even being in these conversations because I don't trust your offense. Bo Nix is actually doing a little bit better, but the Seahawks, they're out of here because as a team, there's no excuse for that performance. I mean, or we just gonna go around and say that Phillip Rivers really that nigga. He's like, honestly, I took off 5 years from the league to give y'all a chance. You know what I'm saying? At this point, so you have to anoint him as something like that. There's no way that game should have been that close, and they actually had a chance to keep it going. And the Colts actually would have stayed much better in the playoff prediction. I mean, the playoff atmosphere at that point, that loss hurt them for sure. But I mean, they're still in the conversation, and had they beat the Seahawks, that was going to keep them further in the conversation, and people in Colts Nation would still have hope. So that's an interesting thing in itself. The man got up, came from Texas or Alabama, wherever he came from, and met the team in Seattle and had y'all on the ropes, and that defense played very well for them. So I just don't believe in the Seahawks enough to put them in this power ranking. It's a lot of arguments you can have between those 9 and 4 teams, 10 and 5, all that. There's a lot of different conversations that you can be having with this type of that whole thing is jumbled up at this point. And again, it's not about what you were doing, how you were doing, what you've been up to back when we first started the season, who you first lost to, who looked good. Listen, it's talking about what you're doing right now. And the Texans look good right now. They're surging, and that's why they're in the power rankings, because right now they could beat any of these teams right now.
Next up,
it just take one. It don't take 5. I ain't gonna mess up my boy Monray right now. I just take one game to win or lose in the playoffs. So I just keep it that simple. And the Texans right now, as good as they've been looking on defense and hanging in there offensively like that, they could beat any of these teams. So they belong to be in this power ranking. There you have it.
Next up, I'll do mine, and then we'll do Monray's.
Yeah, give us a cooling off point before he get back to it, man. Give us just bridge that gap.
Okay, here's my power ranking. Number 1, I got the Broncos. Why do I have Broncos number 1? I think they fit the AFC. I just think they fit the AFC better. I think they are locked and loaded. Bo Nix is making clutch throws down the field deep. And I'm putting them over there because I think just the way they defense made and the turnovers and all that with the way Bo Nix playing, I think they're prime in the AFC. Not that I think they're necessarily a better team than the Rams, but I think they'll have an easier time in the AFC than the Rams would in the NFC. So I will put the Broncos up here at number 1. Rams number 2, of course, Matthew Stafford MVP season. Somehow ESPN and Dan Orlovsky, I love you, but somehow every time that Josh Allen have a good game, you put him in the MVP race, and I promise you he'll play 3 bad games before. I don't know how you keep doing this, but you will put him up here. I don't know why, but he is not anywhere close to Matthew Stafford in the MVP race. Number 3, the Patriots. They have a little fall this week and showed me a little bit, but they played well. I thought they played very well against the Bears. We'll talk about that in a minute. Number 4, the Bears. Listen, I'm gonna give them credit. Why? Caleb Williams, the coaching staff, I think they're the number 1 turnover defense in the league right now. So they get turnovers. They get a lot of turnovers. So I got to give credit to the team. The teams that turn over the ball and they quarterback playing well, they got good receivers. Their running game is going crazy right now. Even against the number 2 Cleveland Browns defense, they looked really good against that defense. So not only did they turn the ball over on anybody, even in the game they lost, they got a bunch of turnovers. It just when Caleb Williams played bad, but Caleb Williams has been more consistent. So I'm going to give them a little more credit than I give like 49ers and Seahawks. So I'm going to put them in there as the NFC representative until we figure it out a little later on. And then number 5, Bills, simply because Josh Allen is a Superman, but he got to be Superman every time because it's him and James Cook, and I don't know what else that team has. But he is a Superman, and that win over the Patriots is impressive. And as Monray said last week, it's your time to shine. You the man. You the superhero. The playoffs is yours. Let's see if you can overcome the Broncos or the Patriots. So that is my top 5.
Can I just argue your Bears point real quick? All I want to say is that they are 1-3 in their division.
And at least it wins.
I mean, I'm just saying they 1-3 in their division.
They win it.
Yeah, I mean that's
number 2
the
seed
worst
right now.
When you got the Packers that have not lost in their division whatsoever. So I'm just throwing things out there.
They number 2 seed in the NFC. The Packers the 5th seed, 6th. So
9-4 versus 10-4 that can change. And I'm just saying that if it's a tiebreaker involved, they have not lost in their division whatsoever. Just throwing that out there.
Do you trust? I trust Caleb Williams more than Cole than I trust Jordan Love, but it's gonna be cold then, so it's not gonna have the problem.
You trust
It's gonna be cold.
Wisconsin weather is crazy. Bad.
I'm saying that it's gonna be colder then. But we got Monray up next. Monray, you are muted, sir.
Sorry,
Hey, don't be muting yourself to be cussing me out and calling me out my name, man.
I'm sorry. I've had to mute myself because some of these takes I'm distraught. How y'all doing, everybody? I'm officially putting it out there. We are taking applications for new guests on the channel because I'm disappointed in both of my compatriots. Some of these
on your number 4.
I have been so disappointed with some of these two right here. Zell,
you just brought Purdy and Caleb Williams more to me.
Zell, the Bears can't be good teams.
That's because of warm weather.
Zell, the Bears can't be good teams. Like they don't beat good teams. They beat sorry teams, and against good teams they lose. They just lost 2 weeks ago to the Packers. They just lost 2 weeks ago. Now the Packers, mind you, don't have Micah Parsons and Christian Watson. It's a little doubtful. So I understand the hesitancy to want to pick them, but the Bears don't think
They're 6-0 against everybody else in the conference, not the division. They only lost in their division. They're 6-0 against everybody else. What are you saying?
The Bears?
The Bears are 6-3 in the conference.
The Bears. Y'all want to talk? The Bears have beaten. Let's see, the Cowboys.
6 people.
The Cowboys, the Raiders, the Commanders, the Saints, the Bengals, the Giants, the Vikings,
the
Steelers, the Eagles when they was on their slump, and the Browns.
Stop! I said the NFC.
They have beaten. No, I pointed you every team they beat bad teams, and they don't beat good teams because the teams they lost against the Vikings, they lost to the Lions, they lost to the Ravens, and they lost to the Packers. They don't beat good teams.
I'm keeping it in NFC though.
They don't beat good teams. No, I pointed you they don't beat good teams.
Okay.
So that's why I don't feel like on power rankings, which is not the standings, because the standings I understand why they will be favored this coming week. Power rankings, Caleb Williams. I don't trust Caleb Williams. Like, no, I don't understand it. So that's one. And for yours, I'm not as mad against the Texans. That's actually not my beef. My beef, well, the Texans, I don't quite understand why the Texans and Chargers would be on the power rankings, but the Jaguars wouldn't be on the power rankings.
It was close.
And the Jaguars have a better record, and they split against the Texans, but they have a better record than the Texans. So I don't understand why the Chargers and Texans would be above the Jaguars. That was my beef with yours. It's not as bad. I'm disappointed in Zell for that Bears thing, but whatever. But the first 3 are self-explanatory. Even though the Patriots lost to the Bills, I don't feel like it should drag them down too much because they have split with the Bills. They've shown good. It just we see they still have some deficiencies when it comes to their overall team and being able to, rise to the pressure when they've been playing against some equal competition. So that's fine. I'm not that mad against the Patriots. Broncos and Rams, I think they're self-explanatory. They're still good. The Rams, I am a little bit worried about them this upcoming week because Devontae Adams may not play on Thursday, and they have a tough game against the Seahawks again, so we'll see how that goes. And the Broncos, I can't remember if they have a tough game coming up, but either way, the Broncos, they have 3 more games, but I think their games are relatively easy. So I don't really have to worry about them as much. So those 3 are fine. The 49ers, I still just remain to put them up there just because they're getting healthier, which is crazy to say for the 49ers. Like, they're still missing those 2 defensive pieces that are key, but Robert Saleh has still been able to work magic. They've still been able to win. They've still been able to compete for that division. They're 1 game behind the Seahawks and the Rams, both of which they share wins over. So I say that, I show respect to them still. Like I said, 4 and 5 is relatively up in the air for a lot of people. Bills, I do give respect to them, but their run defense is atrocious. And I don't trust their defense to be able to just, unless something changes, their defense is going to be the hold up, and Josh Allen will have to go Superman every game. That may not go well. But, those would be the other 2. So I think 4 and 5 is relatively up in the air. The top 3 are relatively simple.
Listen, I just trust Caleb Williams more than I trust Brock Purdy.
I don't see how.
Especially without them injuries. I don't trust Brock Purdy without them injuries, without a super team around him. I'm just saying.
But everybody's coming back to be healthy. And, the thing about it, I'm going to be fair. The 49ers are up there not because of Brock Purdy. They're up there because of coaching. Because Kyle Shanahan is a wizard. And because Robert Saleh has been able to make cheesecake out of cornbread.
for some reason their defense still works, even though they're missing Fred Warner and they're missing their main defensive
I
piece.
want y'all to understand what Monray does. Monray has a team that's almost out of that's a 6 seed, and I picked the number 2 seed, but I'm the crazy one. Okay.
Because obviously seeding is based on the teams you beat and the number of games you win. The 49ers have wins against the Seattle Seahawks. They have wins against the number 1 rated Rams. And you have the Bears, who barely have a win against any team above 500.
But if
that's
49ers
why.
and Bears play in the playoffs right now, they would go to the Colts.
Caleb has never played in the playoffs.
Okay, hold on.
And the 49ers have been to the Super Bowl.
So if the dispute is Caleb Williams versus Brock Purdy, you're going to find out on the 28th of this month who's better, because you got a Sunday night game where it's the 49ers versus the Bears. They got to play the Colts. 49ers play the Colts next week, whatever that's going to be. Then y'all can have a different argument next week, maybe. But after that, it's head-to-head versus
it's
the
not
Bears
necessarily that
in San Francisco.
It's not necessarily that. The argument, my sole thing is like, which one would I trust more? Team-wise, I'm going to trust either a Bears team that has not gone to the playoffs and a quarterback that has not touched the playoff game who's already been inconsistent versus a team that not only has been to the playoffs multiple years, has a head coach that's been through the playoffs multiple years, but they've been to the Super Bowl within the last 2.
On that Super Bowl team, not even there no more. Or injured.
Oh.
The middle linebacker, the start defense player, all out for the season.
Has their defense fell off? Has their defense fell off at all?
Kaepernick is gone.
Has their defense fell off at all? No. Have they still been able to win double-digit games? Yep. Have they got games against teams that are actually good? Yep. It's the same head coach there. Yep.
Let's put a footnote on this because they have a head-to-head matchup and it's in.
I like that. You had me when I trust them.
So there it goes.
49ers beat the Seahawks to begin the season. Barely beat the Cardinals. Barely beat the Saints. Barely beat the Rams before they got really good. Right after we beat them.
They lost to those Texans. They did lose to those Texans.
They got beat by 11 to the Buccaneers. They got beat by the Texans. They barely beat. Oh, this the Jamie? No, this ain't Jamie, wasn't it? They got beat 42-26 by the Rams. They beat the Cardinals. Shout out to the Rams over.
I mean, and we can say that they lost to a good team in the Jaguars. At this point, we can say they lost to a good team in the Jaguars now.
The only 2 teams the Bears have beaten that are over 500 was Aaron Rodgers when he had a fractured wrist, and the Eagles when they literally had a slump. So the only 2 teams they've beaten over 500 the entire season. Everybody else is sorry.
The Rams, I can't argue the Rams game.
Like, come on now, what are you saying?
But I trust the Bears at home more than I trust the 49ers. That's all I'm saying. By the way, I want to give a shout out to the Panthers for somehow being tied with the Buccaneers after everybody told them to bench Bryce Young, which we're going to get into now because we're talking about projecting the playoffs. We're going to put up this real fast. So
this is tough. This is about to be tough because y'all getting on my nerves today.
I'm disappointed from my compatriots.
I can't believe nobody watched basketball between 2003 and 2025. I can't believe that. I thought my friends watched basketball between at least 2000, the year 2000 and 2025. For the last
you want to ignore LeBron's greatest years, even though those teams
because that don't matter right now.
Okay, yeah, it don't matter. It don't matter.
Denver is number 1 on an 11-game winning streak. We have the Rams number 1 in the NFC. We have the Bears number 2, which will play right now, will play the Packers. Eagles number 3 will play the 49ers.
You're talking about as currently constructed, right?
Yes,
because these are just clinched playoff berths. That don't mean they're gonna get number 1.
Well, we're just going up where they at right now.
Okay. Fair enough. And
then we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Seattle Seahawks, would be number 4 and 5. The Steelers versus the Chargers, number 4 versus 5. The Jacksonville versus Buffalo, 3 and 6. And of course, New England versus Houston, which would be interesting 2 and 7 if we actually got that one. So that is the current outlook on the playoff. I'm going to show you on the hunt rating right now when we get to it. Let's go. Let me share the screen so y'all know who's actually in the hunt. That is, I'm not using this. There we go.
3 games left in the season, everybody.
Yes.
Yeah, it's clutch time.
Keep that in mind.
As y'all can see, 2 teams who clinched. Only the Broncos and Rams has clinched so far. In the hunt, the Patriots, Jaguars, Steelers, Chargers, Bills, and Texans. With on the bubble, only the Colts and Ravens, the Chiefs, Dolphins, and Bengals got eliminated.
Hold on. Go back down to the bubble part. That's the part. So these are people that are on the outside looking in as
And
currently
can still have a chance to make the play.
they have a chance. So, I mean, I'm looking at it. Man, the Panthers is in their own way. That was a tough loss to the Saints. That sucked. Because what's the Panthers record versus the Falcons?
Oh, versus the Falcons?
Because is the Falcons the ones that are leading the? Do they have the guaranteed spot right now?
Oh no, the ones in Tampa Bay, but they both tied.
Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay. So what's the? And so the Buccaneers could lose that spot.
Yeah, they can. Right now, they're gonna decide it themselves because the Panthers play the Buccaneers twice over the next 3 weeks, so they're gonna decide their own fate.
Oh, this a playoff run right here, like for real, for real.
They play each other twice. So if somebody can steal 2 of them, they'll win the division because they got the exact same record.
They got the same exact record right now.
Hold on, let me make sure.
Yes, they do. 7-7.
Yeah.
So they have to be one. So somebody got to grab one, and in that middle game, it's gonna be like the deciding factor. Do we have a tiebreaker for that one yet? We don't know.
Well, if they go 1-1, somebody can go 2-0 and just win. They play each other. That'd be the tiebreaker.
That's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair. Somebody can just win. So it really is best 2 out of 3, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
basically.
It's best 2 out of 3.
Win
Wow,
2 or then win the middle.
Hot. I like that.
But yeah, so you got those games. Like I said, then you got on the other side, Bears number 2, Eagles number 3, Bucks number 4, Seahawks number 5, 49ers number 6, Packers number 7, and of course you got the 3 bubble teams, the Lions, which I don't see the Lions making it for real though. And then we have the Cowboys, which got a 1% chance, and that means they would have to win every game, and the Eagles would have to lose every game. And
is that? Is it a possibility though?
We got the Commanders twice.
I don't even think it's a possibility. Okay. Jaden Daniels got benched for the year. I don't even think it's a possibility.
Daniels hurt. We got the Commanders twice, so I'm pretty sure we got one.
That's probably like
they got the Chargers as well. So I think they got like 2 tough games. Who does the Cowboys play? I think they have 2 tough games.
How close are the Ravens versus what? Pittsburgh? So that's
they're one game back from them, but it comes down. The Ravens play Pittsburgh the last game of the season, but Pittsburgh has games against the Lions this coming Sunday, and then the Browns immediately after, and then they play the Ravens. The Ravens have a really tough game. I think it's against the Packers this Sunday. I think it's against the Packers this Sunday.
Ravens got the Patriots.
Oh, okay, wrong
Packers and then the Steelers.
Yeah, Patriots and Patriots. So, well, who's going first on this prediction? Who's going first?
How you feeling? I went first on the last one.
I don't mind. So, if I gotta do playoff predictors on who I think is gonna go, so I think Broncos will get the 1 seed. I feel like they'll hold that. I feel they'll hold the 1 seed and be relatively fine with that. The following is, I'm going to try to go in order of the ones that I see. I'm going to say that even though the Patriots lost to the Bills this past week, I think they still hold on enough to win the division by 1 game, just because the Bills are very volatile and their run defense can't be trusted, and their overall games that the Bills have, I think, are slightly more difficult because they have a Browns game, which, considering their run defense and just defense as a whole, is going to take a Josh Allen Superman game. But following that, they have the Eagles, which just I'm not, as everybody thinks that the Eagles are just going to outright lose that game. I'm just not of that mindset, just because the Bills can be volatile and they're subject to run games. But I think just in general, it might even be possible that the Patriots and the Bills both go 3-0. But I think that 1 game that the Bills are going to be backed by them might hurt them enough to where I think they'll still be number 2. And so I think Buffalo will be one of the wild cards. New England will take their division. The Pittsburgh and Ravens one is really tough, but because Lamar just does not seem healthy. I don't know if he still has a lingering injury and they're just not going to say anything until after the season is over with, or he's in a funk, or what it is. I don't think this past week showed me Lamar's back. He only had like 15 passes. So I'm just not going to buy it. So I'm going to say, unfortunately, even though I am the Ravens one that said the Ravens wasn't out of it, and I was right, Lamar is not Lamar right now. So if he's not going to be Lamar, I don't think the Ravens win, especially with such a brutal schedule coming up.
Packers and then Steelers, right?
Yeah, it's Patriots, Packers, and Steelers. And like, if Lamar is not Lamar, if he's not, I said the Steelers is not easy either because they have the Lions and then the Browns and then the Ravens. So there's not easy. It is possible, but if Lamar is just not Lamar and they weren't able to take advantage of that easy run of games that they had for the middle part of the season, I can't say they're gonna win. So if Lamar not Lamar, I think the Steelers win it. It might even be to the point where the last game of the season doesn't matter. But I think the Steelers win it just because Lamar, unless Lamar put back on Superman and he becomes who he's supposed to be, I don't think they can win. So I think they're gonna lose that one, and which means Baltimore will be just out of the playoffs. Jacksonville, I feel like it's gonna be tough, but I feel like Jacksonville has a little bit of a, even though Houston is surging, Jacksonville is also playing very well. So I think Jacksonville, even though they split with the Texans and they don't have to play them again, they have one rough game, which is the Broncos coming up, which who knows, they could surprise everybody. The Broncos riding the high could just let this game slip off of them. Who knows? But I think the Jaguars, at worst, go 2-1 because the next two games are relatively easy. They have the Colts, whoever's going to be behind center, and then they have the Titans at the end of the year. So I feel like the Jaguars go 2-1, worst case scenario, and I feel like they'll win their division. Houston will be a wild card. And
Colts and Titans.
Yeah, I think Broncos, they're gonna be fine. They'll win. They'll be number one seed. Chargers, because Kansas City is pretty much out of it now. I think the Chargers, and I say limp because of their, Herbert is a bit banged up and their offensive line is in tatters, but they basically gonna limp across the finish line. And they'll be 11-6, something like that, maybe 12-5, who knows, 11, something like that. And I think they'll get through as a wild card as well, which will make it to where I think Broncos will be 1, New England will be 2, Jacksonville will be 3, and then that'll make Pittsburgh number 4, with the Chargers being I'm going to say Chargers. It's almost like Buffalo 5th seed, Chargers 6th seed, Houston might be 6 or 7 seed. Something like so. Houston probably be, I'll say Houston 6, Buffalo 5, and the Chargers, which would be weird, but the Chargers might end up being the 7th seed. It's gonna be something like that. But either way, you're gonna have 3 wild cards that are gonna have double-digit wins, which is gonna be crazy in the grand scheme of things. But you're gonna have 3 wild cards with double-digit wins, which means these first-round matchups in the AFC are just gonna be outright disgusting. Which means the first-round bye is really gonna be important. It's gonna be important. But the NFC is nasty. But I'm gonna go with how I felt the entire time. So the entire time, I still felt that the Rams are the predominant number 1 team. Missing Devontae Adams, I feel like is going to hurt. Like they have 2 easy games after the Seahawks game. So, and they've shown they can beat the Seahawks even just having an ugly game. Like it was 21-19, I think, that first game. It was a whole bunch of field goals. They didn't play amazing, but the defense was able to do what it needed to do, and Sam Darnold was seeing ghosts all day. Now, do I think Sam Darnold's going to play that bad again? No, I don't think he's going to play that bad again. But we know Sam Darnold does not play well in high-pressure games. But I do think it's a possibility that the Seahawks could win the game, but they've also shown that good defense can mess up the Seahawks. We've seen that with the Colts. They play an amazing defense. And so I think the Seahawks, I don't think the Seahawks run the table at 3-0. That's my reason for that. I don't think they do. Even if they beat the Rams this time, they have more tough games against, I think, the Bears and the 49ers. I just don't see the Seahawks running 3-0 off of that and getting a number 1 seed. So because of that, I'm going to say the Rams barely scrape by and get their number 1 seed by getting their division. And I think they're going to be fine with that. They're going to probably end at like 13-3, maybe 13-4, maybe 14-3, something like that. I think the Rams get by, which will make Seattle be a wild card and San Fran also be a wild card. It's going to be tough. Tampa Bay, they have not played well, but I'm going to go with the quarterback that I trust more. 2 games out of 3, when they play the Panthers twice, they probably split. And I think Baker probably is a little banged up right now. But the Carolina game in between, I think Carolina plays a way harder opponent, and Tampa Bay plays the Dolphins, which is a winnable game, versus make sure I got it right. Versus the Panthers play
Seahawks.
They play the Seahawks, which I feel like is a way more rough game. So it's more likely that Tampa Bay could win the in-between game and the Panthers don't. Which means if Tampa Bay could win this upcoming matchup against them and then win the Dolphins game, then outright done. So that is possible. So I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay. It's hard, but I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay skating out their division barely, and they're gonna be their representative. And I think the Panthers just end up missing the playoffs because they don't get that, because they're gonna have a couple of wild card teams out of this Green Bay Packers one. Grandpa, I'm gonna stand by my beliefs, and I'm going to say the Packers win their division because I don't believe in the Bears. I think it's on the board that the Bears don't win another game, and it might be crazy to say that, but the Bears' schedule actually is very difficult going forward. They have the Packers, then they have the 49ers, then they have the Lions, all three of which are very good teams, and two of the three of them they've lost against already, because they've lost against the Lions those earlier. They lost against the Lions, and they lost against the Packers. So it's on the board they don't win another game. Like I said, they've done well, but, I could easily see them going 1-2. So in that instance, and I think the Packers, even missing Micah Parsons, I think that the team just overall can scrape together a couple of good wins. And if nothing else, they just beat the Bears, and it just, I feel like they'll be fine regardless, because I just don't think the Bears are going to be able to scrape together 2 wins out of, the 49ers and the Lions. I just don't see that. So I'm going to say that the Packers come back and win. Bears make a playoff run with their wild card, and Detroit maybe gets the wild card. It's going to be close in that one, but I think they will. And then, of course, Philadelphia will be fine, because they pretty much have their division already locked up anyway. So that's my spiel.
Uniqo?
I hate to make my life easy, but I'm going to say next week is going to really clear up the picture to leave us with 2 more games left.
Well, all the teams play each other like the Bears to the Packers.
Let me see what. Okay, it's 3 games left. We got some.
Bears beat the Packers. They'll be 2 games up over the Packers, and then
if the Bears beat the Packers, then I do think the Bears are going to go ahead and win their division, just because the Packers having two tougher games. The Packers having 2 tough games as well. It's not likely that they going to be able to get 2-0 against. What the freak do the Packers play? Like, they have 2 tough games.
Next week gonna be
tough.
No. To be fair, there isn't as bad. Like, they're tougher than not as bad, because they play the Ravens, who I don't know what Ravens are going to show up to play, and then they have the Vikings, which I don't know what JJ McCarthy is going to show up to play. So they have 2 tough games, but they're not as bad, I feel. But they also have 2 tougher games. But I think it's more likely that the Packers can get out of that versus the Bears. Now, like I said, playing a game against the same team within 3 weeks, it changes up the matchup a bit, and the Packers are going to be missing Micah Parsons, so that's going to definitely hurt them a lot, because it's going to make their pass rush a bit more suspect. But because Jordan Love has been playing a lot better, I'm going to say they skate out with a win. Like I said, if the Packers really own the Bears still, then they'll win. I think it's going to be tougher, but
that gap is crazy. Like that just because it's real close, right? Between the Packers and the Bears. Somebody just got to step up and say, "Nah, we're going to
be real." Like, I'm gonna be real with Zelmae. Like, I do respect the Bears' chances to win their division, because I think just outright, whoever win this, we're gonna win their division. I outright think that, because both teams got tough games. They might split it 1-1 or something. They could both go 0-2 for all I know. But if the Bears don't win this game, then I ain't gonna have any faith in them winning 2 of their next 2, or like to be able to get over. Like, I'm just not gonna have faith in them being both the Lions and the 49ers if they can't beat this game with a Packers team that's depleted. Like, so
yeah, that hurts losing your off-season big trade guy, Micah Parsons. That hurts, because you got him for a reason. That was to keep you in games. You know what I mean? He just like a Myles Garrett. But
anyway, if you don't believe in that team, they do. People say he don't get sacks or tackles. Look at him when he don't play. When he went out that game Sunday, the Packers was a whole different team.
It's like, I don't get the luxury of being a corner and like I don't got to run 20, 25 yards downfield because Miles on your ass by the time the dude get into a 3-step drop. He on you. You know what I mean? So he makes everybody's life easier.
Yo, Miles Garrett.
I will say,
he broke that dude down and run.
I will say it's going to. I will say the whoever the defensive coordinator for the Packers is, he gonna be put to the test this coming Sunday because I'm gonna forgive you mid game because losing a main pass rusher mid game is not really gonna lie you're gonna be able to do to adjust for that mid game with an injury. But with a week, it's gonna put him to the test to see if he can put up some kind of plan to not only disrupt the run game, which the run game is a dangerous thing about the Bears, their run game. To disrupt the run game of the Bears and disrupt Caleb Williams. He's going to be put to the test. He really will, so we will see. Like, if he can't get through that, then the Packers ain't going to win. But if he can get through that or you get a really great Jordan Love performance, like similar but a little bit better than what they had against the Broncos, then, they'll be able to pull out some magic. Because they are also in Chicago, so it's going to favor Chicago more. But we'll see. Whoever makes less mistakes, I guess.
Oh, a run game in.
Yeah, it's gonna be a run game. That's what the Bears' main thing is run game. Now,
and Josh Jacobs hurt, by the way. He's kind of limping.
Who?
Josh Jacobs limping around.
Yeah, that's why I say like it favors the Bears a lot. Now, but that's why I think if the Bears can't win this game, I'm not gonna have any faith in them going forward at all. Because there's just no way this is the game you can't win. The Packers, your most rival team, is basically been hit with a little bit of injury bug. Christian Watson, he doesn't have a season-ending injury. Christian Watson's banged up. Josh Jacobs may be limping. And Michael Parsons, their star pass rusher, is out for the season. If you can't win this game, I have no faith in you.
I mean, now, who's the wide
Packers, mind you,
Green Bay
but it's more of,
who are these guys?
I picked the Packers, but it's more of like history rather than the actual matchup as much. I'm like, by history standards, by 2 weeks ago and Matt LaFleur has been able to plan and been able to deal with the Bears, and he's been able to deal with Ben Johnson, mind you, because he also dealt with the Lions. Now, last year's wasn't as good, but he's been able to adjust to that. So this is going to show whether Matt LaFleur may or may not have a job this offseason, or they're going to be like, all right, he good, and the Bears still have problems. It's going to be one of those.
Uniqo, any more on your list before we your prediction?
I'm bowing out at I want it to be easier for me because we get the 3 games left. I gotta just let me see what y'all do next week, and then I mean, and then seeing again, just like my power ranking, how are you going into these next games? What's happening? What happens after next week? Can I really trust you? Because again,
I'm bowing out. When did the team play each other?
Well, because think about it, the going into the playoffs is going to be a lot different. Mostly because of, okay, who's hot and who's really actually not? Who's coming on these streaks? Who's coming in high? How are you coming into the playoff?
I'm going to go ahead and tell you a few things. A few of these games is going to be the major. For anybody watching, a few of these games is going to be important. First off, our Thursday night matchup is Los Angeles at Seattle. It's going to be extremely, extremely important, that game. Saturday actually has 2 games. It has Philadelphia and Washington, which doesn't matter. But the Green Bay and Chicago game is on Saturday. So everybody will be watching that game. It will be on prime time. Naturally on Saturday night. And then, of course, Sunday, you have Buffalo, who's going to be playing Cleveland, but they're going to need that game especially. And then you're going to have Tampa Bay playing Carolina, basically for, the front row seat of the division. You have Jacksonville, who's going to be playing Denver, which is also a very important game. Then you're going to have Pittsburgh playing Detroit. It's also a very important game. And then finally, Sunday night is going to be New England at Baltimore. Another important game. So you're going to have about 5, 6-ish games that's going to have major playoff implications. Definitely crazy.
Yeah. For me, I got the Bears winning because Josh Jacobs hurt in a cold, ice cold snow game. You know how it's going to be in Chicago. You know that Soldier Field, how cold it get with that trash field that y'all get.
I'm just telling you, the Bears get to play in the Dome and they get to play in Santa Clara in 2 out of the next 3 weeks.
That is true, but for this,
I mean that's a difference right there. That's going to tell you a lot about Caleb Williams. And crunch time, weather's in your favor, and then you already play in Chicago, so it's already going to be cold as shit anyway.
And the Packers are banged up. Like I said, this is the game where the Bears prove either they pretenders or they can actually
you got
beat a team.
I agree. I agree in this situation. The Bears got a lot to prove as a team, and Caleb Williams mostly. I mean, what is this, year 3 or this year 3, right?
You too.
This year too, but it's just like, bro,
I
if you can't beat this banged out Packers team, we're not gonna trust you going forward.
I mean, he was with Drake. Man,
I gotta trust him because he's winning a lot of games. So,
but
I don't.
Next up, we got the Bucks versus the Bucks so banged up, and I would have picked. I didn't expect Tyler Show just somehow just won the game against the
Saints beats both the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Panthers, but that also shows me that the Panthers are really wishy-washy. Like, I mean, they been, but they really wishy-washy. So I'm like,
I don't care because I think they're gonna be the first team out the playoffs, but I'll go with Carolina because I just want to root for Bryce Young, I guess.
I understand.
So that's all I got. I don't have no reason to pick them to be over Tampa Bay because whoever loses the division is clearly out because they by far everybody got like 10 wins except for this team. So of course they're not gonna make the playoffs if they.
I mean, think about it. So Carolina's offense is 28th in the league, and their defense is 13th. Like, that's the epitome of like who gonna show up today, I mean, even your defense. We're not even just looking at your defense and be like, yeah, they them niggas. Like, I can't.
Yeah, basically.
Like, you can't trust that. Now, let me see the Buccaneers real quick, and then I'll let y'all go in regards to this topic here.
But they've been backed up, and the Buccaneers done lost their last 2 games.
Yeah, if they hadn't lost this game, they wouldn't be in this conversation with Carolina. But who do you trust more? I'm trusting Baker Mayfield against the Panthers organization as a whole. Does that make sense?
I would too, but he limping.
He got a shot in his arm too.
Baker's a little banged up, but the Panthers are so inconsistent. It's like, look, like it's just so bad. Like, the Panthers probably would have been the pick if they just would have beat the Saints, and they couldn't beat the Saints. It's like, bro, like, come on now.
Bucks could say the same thing. They could have been a pick if they could just beat the Saints. They're just trying to survive and get to the playoffs. They're just trying to get the. Can we please limp?
Boy, it's gonna be crazy that 9 wins in that division gonna get you a playoff run.
It might not. It might be just 8. Because
8 and 9 is crazy.
They both can win.
8 wins. 8 wins will get you a. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so bad.
They both can beat each other.
They used to be the NFC East when it used to be when 8-8 get you the division.
And now look where we fallen.
They both can go 8-8. They both can go 8-9 technically. So
look where we have fallen.
It could be
they both can go 8-9, and technically one of them have a tiebreaker over the other. Because
what I'm saying,
oh my God, so bad.
Yeah,
so bad.
They don't have to win 9 games. It don't have to happen.
Yeah.
So it could be just awful like that. And of course, Seahawks 49 is gonna make the playoffs. The Lions, I just don't see it. I don't know what's going on with them right now.
The Lions can no, because the Lions would basically have to run the table. They would have to run the table, and the Bears would have to fall off completely. Like the Bears or the Packers. Let me be fair. One of them would have to fall off completely, and the Lions would have to run the table to get the 10 wins. And
how would they catch the Bears though?
Because think about it, they have 3 games left on the season, so that means they could make 11 wins, and the Bears would just lose out.
Bears have to lose every game.
Well, I said, like, it is realistically possible that the Bears don't win another game because they schedules for them and the Packers are just so difficult. And the Lions, it's a little bit easier for them to deal with the Bears because they play the Bears. They don't play the Packers anymore. So I think if the Packers win and the Bears may be on a free fall by the time the Lions win. Now I said, it's hard because I haven't really looked at the Lions schedule, but the Lions do play them. But like I said, they would need the Bears to actually hit a free fall. The Packers are at least close to them to where, like, if the Packers lose this Sunday and then, the Lions win, then it would just be like, okay, we just need to get one more win than they do.
And they got a little more desperate. They got the Steelers, and the Steelers going to be a little more desperate to still be playing. Unless the Ravens just fall off the cliff, and then the Steelers don't care.
So I said, it is possible because I said, I don't know what's going on with Lamar, but if the Ravens...
Who would y'all rather see? That's my real question. That's why I meant to ask you on like the one of the segments earlier. Like, okay, for playoff reasons, who would the NFL rather see put on a more competitive team for the playoffs everybody's watching? Not the season stuff. Let's leave that alone. Pittsburgh or the Ravens? Who would you rather see, given what we know about these teams right now?
You rather see the Ravens, but I don't know if that's going to
happen. Well, with Lamar looking the way he's looking.
I might check because
Aaron Rodgers. What we're looking at right now, they're going to want to see Pittsburgh.
Right now.
You're going to want to see Pittsburgh. Okay. Because Lamar is not himself. Like, if Lamar was himself, it would definitely be Lamar. But if Lamar is not himself, they're going to want to see Pittsburgh. They're going to be like, okay, Aaron Rodgers, last hurrah. Mike Tomlin going to finally win a playoff game with the Steelers, or will be another 20 years before they don't win one, something like that. You know, because they can go with that route. Because if Lamar's just not himself, there's no point in seeing him because he'll get put out in the first round. But they're going to be like, rather than him getting that thing, let's see.
Oh, yeah. He don't need another first round stain.
Because that's going to be an ugly stain. But, like, mind you, if they don't come out in the offseason, I'm just saying if the Ravens lose. They're still alive. If the Ravens lose, and they don't come out in the offseason like, hey, Lamar had an injury and he just didn't say anything about it and he was fully healthy, this is going to be a stain regardless. But I'm just not of the mindset that he's fully healthy.
No, can't buy it. I didn't even got to say it. We know he hurt.
Yeah, I can't buy it.
I watched Lamar in week 1.
First nigga get cut that's on the offense, he gonna say, yeah, he was hurt the whole time.
I can't buy it.
Yo, listen, I saw Lamar in the first game of the season hit a spin move on 3 people and ran 80 yards down the field.
I've seen that several times.
No, I feel like he can't be fully healthy.
Near that, I think his longest rush was 20 yards in open field and a man-to-man coverage on 3rd and 16. And nobody
he's not making people miss. I mean, he looks kind of
out of bounds. I ain't never seen Lamar go out of bounds.
Yeah, when he's turning the corner, it's like you can still angle him out of bounds where you wouldn't be able to angle him out of bounds until at least he was 15, 20 yards upfield. You know what I mean? But now it's like he might get a 4-yard gain.
I ain't seen him do a juke move since he's been hurt.
I can agree with that. I can't wait.
That's the thing that I'm wondering. Like I said, like that would mean that his knee injury that he got, about week 4 or 5, whichever one it was way more serious than they led us to believe, and they just let him play through it. So because it has to.
When we were talking about it, we said he had to come back this week, or they basically done, and he did. They won 5 games. So they would have been done.
1-5, and it was really because the defense turned itself around. It wasn't even really because of Lamar.
Yeah, I know, but it gave the team hope.
He did. Like he helped to energize the team, and then he has not looked like himself.
They about damn.
How does he look passing? Is there something? What did you see something wrong fundamentally in his passing? That's what matters to me now.
He ain't never been a straight up passer, so it's not.
Lamar can pass, but the problem is, I think in my mind, Lamar just doesn't look mobile. Like he doesn't look like he can move very well. Like he isn't doing a lot of passing. He's only running really when he needs to, and he just doesn't seem like himself. You're afraid he'll take off like 60 yards. Now it's like, he had 15 in the last game. It's like now the 8. I think he had like 8. He was like 8, 15, something like that. They were accurate and they were great for 150 yards. But like, bro, Lamar don't look like himself. He like he can barely move.
Are we calling the pocket passing aspect of things into question again?
I don't
care. You're hobbled and your biggest part of your game is running. I get that, but what about now you're quarterback? So what are we doing?
Let's go over his stats though. Let's go over against Cleveland. 14 for 25. That's 56%. 2 interceptions.
The play to give the team a chance.
13 for 23.
I think he's just not.
Yeah, go. So Cleveland. So that game, okay.
He had next game Jets 13 for 23, 56% pass, 153 yards.
They weren't even throwing it that much that game.
Yeah. Cincinnati 17 for 32.
He threw a lot that game.
Still 53%, but 246 yards, 1 pick, no touchdown. The Steelers 19 for 35, 54%, 219 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. And Cincinnati just 8 for 12. He threw 12 times.
Okay, so basically in none of these games except the Cincinnati game where he only threw 12 passes, he hasn't been over 60% of his passes in none of those games. And he hasn't been very mobile because he hasn't run a lot in a lot of those games. Like I said, he doesn't look like himself. He doesn't look mobile. He doesn't look mobile. Like
right now, his passer rating is 71.7, 9 and 61 yards, 3 touchdowns and 5 picks in the last 5 games.
Oh, so he doesn't look like himself. He doesn't. He don't look like himself. Like Lamar, that offense was averaging like 30 points a game
When the season started, when the defense was bad, he was averaging like 30 points a game.
Yes.
Now, Lamar, what is it, three touchdowns and 5 picks? Like it's almost like, matter of fact, if we compare him to Baker Mayfield, it's probably very similar.
Let's go over before he got hurt, by the way. Let's go over the early games this year.
I like to hear that.
That man was a monster.
Let's see what this was. 14 for 19 against Buffalo. They lost 40-41. 209 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interception. Against
you ain't
Cleveland.
bringing the rushing. I'm sure rushing's involved in that too.
Yeah, but let's see what.
Oh yeah, the rushing game had like 200 yards.
Yeah, 279 yards, total 3 touchdowns. He rushed for a touchdown too. How many rushing yards? Yeah,
that's a part of his package. Like that's his bag.
Monray, let's go over this. Against Buffalo, percentage wise, 73%.
Okay,
65. Lions 77. Kansas City 70. Baltimore 78. And then it gets to the 50s. I'm like, yeah, that's not the same dude.
Yeah.
By the way, he had 288 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns.
Like, their offense was averaging 30 points a game in the beginning of the season when he was like healthy and I'm just not I think most analysts and everybody just really thinking he's probably not healthy, but they're just not gonna say anything until the season is over because they're like, they're fighting for a playoff. He came to energize and will the team back, and they'll be like, he probably has like I don't want to put no injury on him, but it'll be like some lingering. And I mean, to be fair, he's been the last couple of weeks or last few weeks, he hasn't been practicing every day on, like he's been listed on like injury or not participating in practice, and then he'll come up and play on Sunday. So it's probably whatever lingering injury in the leg or whatever that's keeping him out of practice, and they're just not saying anything about it.
Yeah, I don't have to even think. I see, and that's not the same dude I saw earlier this year. That is nowhere near the same dude I saw earlier this year. Against them versus the Bills was like a performance where he was going running down, doing spin move, juking everybody, throwing 4 touchdowns. He can't even get a touchdown barely out of the game now.
Yeah, and I say this all the time in our debates and stuff. I say that eye test is something that you can just see to where it's like something's not right. Damn the numbers. I'm watching you drop back. I'm watching you. Something's not right, and you can just look and see. So that's where I'm at.
But I mean, that will also go into the other part of it. If the Steelers somehow don't win this division, Tomlin gonna get fired. Like there's no
wait.
He'll be fired.
He need a scandal with a white woman for him to get fired.
There's no, like if Lamar's playing like this, and he looks like he's not healthy. I'm wishing nothing but good health on Lamar. He looks like he's not healthy. He's not playing like himself. You're 1 game above the Ravens, and you play them. Like if you do not win your division, I'm sorry, there's no excuse for that. There ain't gonna be no excuse for it. This is the same Steelers team that was up 3 games on everybody else in their division when Lamar first went out and Burrow wasn't there. Like, if they find a way to lose their division with 3 games left to go, there's not going to be a lot of argument to keep Mike Tomlin there. There's just not going to be.
Aaron Rodgers
argue that I lost
missed
my
a game, right?
3 games too. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers missed 2 games.
Oh, he did? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he missed a couple of games with his injury, but they were like, this was like, a few weeks ago. But mind you, this is as the big lead they had on their division outright, and they let the division come back into it. They weren't injured either, other than T.J. Watt. But T.J. Watt went out, I think, later in the season.
But he can always say they lost 2 games when Aaron Rodgers got hurt, and then they put old boy in, and that was awful. That was awful.
I don't think there's gonna be a lot of defense for it. Like, you up 4-1. And the rest of your division got at best 2 games, and both your major quarterbacks are both injured. Like, bro, there's not gonna be a lot of defense for that at all.
Well, he can say when they came back, I lost 2 games when my quarterback was hurt. So
they're gonna be like, bro, you shouldn't have fell backwards. But no, they're like, you should have fell back.
Kind of argue that, hey, I lost mine too. And
you lost yours after we gave up the lead.
Yeah, and then they came back after I lost mine, and theirs came back.
So that thing, what's the excuse for giving up the lead is going to be the point.
I lost mine and theirs came back.
No, you lost the lead before he lost his.
No, they was up like 2 or 3 games because they lost 2 in a row, and Baltimore won like 2 in a row, which kind of made it even when and then he got hurt again and lost the other game because he got out because I don't know what's wrong with Aaron Rodgers, but he took that Percocet. Now he's trying to play. Rodgers. But again, if they don't win, I I think Mike Tomlin. I don't think they can ever lose with Mike Tomlin outright. Because I don't care how bad their team is, Mike Tomlin gonna find a way to win 9-10 games, and they're gonna stay perpetually in the middle.
I'm just not of that mindset. I think you can use it. Not to say like that I want Mike Tomlin to go or something of that nature. It's like you said, they do need to start over and stuff like that. But I'm just gonna be of the mindset that this will be probably the best possible time to let go of Mike Tomlin if you lose your division. Because it's gonna be like you were up 4-1 when Burrow and Lamar were both hurt. You let them back in the division when your quarterback was perfectly healthy, and then after they got back in the division race, that's when Aaron Rodgers got hurt, and then you got back ahead again when Aaron Rodgers was able to recover well and was playing well, and you found a way to lose it again. There's not going to be an excuse for that. Like, so I think that'd be the good time.
I have a question. What is Mike Tomlin's strength again? Because you got your Shanahan's, there's like offensive guru, and then you got all these.
I don't know what it'd be. He 10 games.
Is he just cool?
I mean, to be fair, his strength is defense because they've always had a really good defense. His strength. He's a defensive coach.
Was he like a highly devoted like
Well, I mean, when the Steelers was in their heyday, they had the steel curtain. Them and the Ravens always went back and forth for best defense in the AFC, at least in the league and stuff. He's always been a defensive coach, but the offenses have always been left to be desired. Like, they didn't have to worry about that when they had Big Ben and Prime and stuff, because Ben was always an offensive monster that wouldn't get sacked for nothing in the world and would barely ever get hurt. So they were good, but after that, you saw the deficiencies of Mike Tomlin struggling to be a good offensive-minded coach. But even with the times we had, Mason Rudolph behind center and Kenny Pickett behind center, whatever, he still found a way to win games. Not because offensively they were good, but because the defense, like when they traded for Minka Fitzpatrick and everybody was talking smack about them, like, why you trade for that? And then their defense was top 5 in the league like that. Like, so he's always been really good defensive, which is why they don't lose games.
He resurrected Jalen Ramsey. I ain't how y'all resurrect him?
Is he calling the defense? Like, what's his role now as the head coach?
He's helping to call defense and stuff of that nature. Like, he's head coach, but like, so offensively, there's always been struggles because he's never been known as a great offensive mind to aid in offensive play calling. So it's normally whoever the offense coordinator is and the quarterback mostly have to carry that. And Aaron Rodgers they're all right right now. Like, offensively, they look better this year than they have probably in the last 3, but.
As a head coach, is he a better defensive coordinator than some other coaches? Like, that's what I'm trying to think. Like, how great of a mind is he actually?
I think he's a good mind for already developed quarterback, already seasoned quarterback. Not and Zelmae can touch on this if he wants, but Mike Tomlin's never really been known for or been that good in developing young talent. Like, he's always been good in keeping really good, already established quarterbacks or good quarterbacks and putting them to the next level or something like that. But he's never been known to make new ones. So this whole thing, that's why they've always been in the cycle of getting these recycled quarterbacks like, Russell Wilson last year and Justin Fields and Aaron Rodgers, and preventing the start over period because he's not really good for that. I ain't gonna say good for that. Not really been good for that as we've known him to be. So he's gonna be, even if he leaves Pittsburgh, somebody's gonna pick him up as his head coach because he's a great head coach. Like, he's good. He finds ways to win games even though he shouldn't. And you're gonna want him because he has playoff and Super Bowl experience. So he's gonna pick up a head coaching job. He would be a defense coordinator regardless, but there's gonna be too many open vacancies in the NFL year over year to not get him a head coaching job. He's gonna be too good. Now, where? That'll be another thing entirely, but he's gonna be too good to not get a head coaching job.
I saw Aaron Rodgers for a young talent yesterday. Aaron Rodgers threw a touchdown yesterday that was supposed to be a pick. Like, he threw it in between. That was all arm strength. That should have been a pick because he never even saw. And he threw it right in between them. There goes DK Metcalf for the touchdown. But that was all just that throw. So, like, that was supposed to be a pick. But yeah, that's wrong.
Some of it just gonna be he's not. It's like I say, he's really good defensive, and normally you just want a really good offensive mind next to him so that he won't have to worry about that as much and just make like tough decisions. But now, if you want, like, he's not really gonna be good for the young town. So whoever picks him up, if he's not gonna be in Pittsburgh next year, however it goes, they not gonna really want him necessarily for young talent. They might want like a team. Like, this would be the thing I would say: if he left Pittsburgh
somebody like Green Bay would want to pick him up if they went away from Matt LaFleur. It'd be somebody like that because Jordan Love is already somewhat good, but you're gonna want that defense to be a monster. That'd be an example. Somebody like that. Like nobody like the Titans are not necessarily gonna want him because they're like, well, we don't know if he's gonna develop Cam Ward necessarily, so we don't know if that's gonna be good for him. Stuff like that.
I can see that. I can ride with that. I can't even speak on this Cam Ward situation. I'm not going to. We're going to do exit meetings after the season ends. We're going to do a Black Monday / Black Tuesday episode.
Cam Ward, look, just get him the best number one receiver you can get your hands on, and get him a head coach that's actually got some experience, and go from there.
I can't wait till Black Monday, y'all. At the first day after the end of the season, that Monday, people getting fired, and I can't wait to see our reactions. If y'all want to see reactions, make sure y'all like and subscribe to this channel and Overall 99 Sports channel, where we're gonna be popping it off for sure.
Oh yeah, it's already about 6 of them on the list that I already know they job gone, and it's about 3 of them on the hot seat. It's about 6 of them. It's about 6 of them on the list already, and it's about 3 more on the hot seat. Like that.
Stefanski can't wait to be retired and get his little check for a couple of years.
Stefanski on the hot seat. I don't know if officially he gone yet. The Raiders, he gone. The Raiders is gone.
Pete Carroll ain't gone. He ain't gonna be gone.
Pete Carroll need to get the fuck out.
Pete Carroll and their entire crew is gonna be gone.
Bro. I ain't saying he gone though.
Bro,
I'm just saying where he gonna go, but you gone out of this building.
Pete Carroll gone. I ain't in front of my thing right now. I'm trying to go through the team. Pete Carroll is gone. Shane Steichen might be gone. I don't know how they're gonna treat the whole Daniel Jones situation. He might be gone.
The team is doing well.
Brian Callahan from the Titans already got fired. Let me think of who else. Brian Schottenheimer, he gonna be fine. The dude from the Washington Commanders, I don't know how they're gonna treat Dan Quinn. That's a maybe. I don't know how they're gonna treat this year because it was so injury riddled, but it didn't look good even when he put him back in and got Jaden Daniels hurt again. So they're not gonna like that look. So I don't know if he's gonna be scapegoated for that.
Terry McLaurin was hurt, so it's like a lot.
But they didn't like how he put Jaden back in, and Jaden got hurt initially, so they're not gonna like that either. But he might stick around because he had a lot of news about him since then. Let me think.
If Miami hadn't got blown out, then I wouldn't be saying they coached last night. Like they got blown out last night. But yeah, he back on that high seat.
The Panthers head coach might be out. Who else is in that division? Kellen Moore, I don't even know if he's gonna last a year. I don't know what route they're gonna go with him. Kellen Moore might be out because that was a scapegoat job from the beginning. It ain't even gonna be pretty. Who else is in that division? Atlanta's head coach, he probably gonna be out because it didn't look good the entire year. Who else? Like I said, it's a number of the Cardinals head coach, he's probably out. Like it's about a good 5 or 6 of them already.
There's got a regime change coming.
Yeah, they don't go ahead and clean house. It's a good number of them that might be gone. It's not going to be pretty. It's not. It's going to be a Black Monday. All right. It's going to be a number of them going to be out. So one of them already gone. Zelmae already want to fire his head coach.
I've been wanting to fire him for 3 years, but
I thought you just wanted the offensive coordinator fired. Now you want?
I want the head coach fired.
The offensive coordinator definitely gone, but he wants the head coach gone. It's going to be hard because they're going to make the playoffs most likely. So it's going to be hard to fire him if they made the playoffs, but. It's not
a 99% chance of getting to the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, if they were actually to lose all 3 of these next games, then yeah, he'd probably be fired. But it's just hard for me to see them lose the next 3. I don't think it happens.
Yeah, but that's the show, everybody. Hope everybody enjoyed it. By the way, I do want to shout out Stephen Castle is playing amazing right now in this. What's this cup finals right now against the Knicks? He is playing really good. He's been playing amazing. So shout out to Castle from the Spurs. Right now we up 2.5 on the Knicks. Castle has 7 assists.
Wemby playing?
Wemby is playing, not that much. He's on a time limit.
And I thank you all as we transition from the Eagles bias from Zelmae to the Spurs bias from Zelmae. So we thank you all for joining us. It is happening.
My favorite team, the 76ers.
Y'all ain't about to hear no type of Pacers, nothing from me this year.
I didn't say it was. I didn't say it wasn't your team. I just said your bias.
Shout out to him. 6.7 assists, 9 points, 8 assists for Fox. Wemby only has 4 and 4, and he's on a time limit. He only played like less than a quarter. He's played less. He played a less minute than anybody that done played.
I mean, yeah, they're gonna treat him. They're gonna make sure to treat him very, very gently. They don't want him to exacerbate any injuries. It's a long season, and he's coming back from an injury, so they're gonna make sure to keep him on, regular regimens, time limits, stuff like that if they need to.
So shout out to
I haven't said anything about the Lakers like that this year, so I want y'all to know that I'm being very fair this year with the NBA.
I'm actually proud of them, all things considered.
Shout out to Vassell too. He's got 12 points right now. He's been playing amazing. Listen, everybody like, do you want to trade him for Giannis? I'm not trading Castle for Giannis. Nope.
Y'all got a good team over there. I wouldn't do nothing with the Spurs.
We so deep too. We deep.
How
so
deep?
You ain't up there. I appreciate y'all. You know where to find me. You can find me at the overall 99 media section at the bottom. You can find everybody there, by the way. Just click their picture. You go straight to their pages. But if y'all want to know directly from the horse's mouth, Uniqo, where can they find you?
Nay, since it's the horse's mouth. Anyway, you can find me, Uniqo Williams, UNIQO Williams on YouTube. That's where I'm at. We are back on Thursdays and when I feel like doing it. Coming up, the next show, we're gonna get into this Michigan situation. I'm gonna break it all the way down, what's going on, Dr. Umar style. And then after that, we just gonna keep you going. Hey, man, sorry, it's been a slow movie season. I don't want to see none of these movies that's out right now, so I'm sorry. We saw Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
Go see the SpongeBob movie.
Oh, December 19th, we will be to see SpongeBob movie this week. I got it. December 19th will be to see the SpongeBob movie. And hopefully it's not like that one episode, Fairly Odd Parents, when it was all 3D and we didn't know what. That was weird for me, man. Just draw it how y'all know you to draw it, man.
Hey, I can't even lie. I'm not to interrupt you. Not to interrupt you. I thought you said Seed of SpongeBob. I about to say Seed of SpongeBob would probably be the most horrifying movie I could imagine this side of the 20th century.
Are sponges asexual?
Yes, I think they reproduce asexually.
How good of a Krabby Patty was it where this dude was just like, whoop, another me? But
like I said, it would be the scariest thing this side of the 20th century. Seed of SpongeBob. I'm like, you know what? We've run out of ideas with movies. Let's go ahead and go at this point.
That's that Krabby Patty sauce right there for you. That's it. It was SpongeBob procreating by himself.
Where's the violation, but
we need one over there.
Move on. Move on.
Next up, we got Monray.
Yeah, it's your boy Monray Hudson. Everywhere it says Monray Hudson, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, as it still exists. And of course, make it make sense. Saturdays, we are here this Saturday. Of course, it'll be a lineup. We will have a good listing. Last Saturday, had some difficulties, but it was better because this Saturday will be chock full. We have trailers, we have lists, we have fun. It's gonna be something to watch. I have a nice, fun idea for this coming week, so it's gonna be interesting to see.
All right, and of
we will
course,
not be on TikTok for that one. I have a feeling we go TOS baby.
Oh wow.
But you know where to find me. By the way, check out my last video. Well, was it my last? Yes, my last video. Top 5 biggest bag fumblers of 2025. I can tell you, it's Justin Bieber, Shannon Sharp, Sherrod Moore, and some woman who lost a lottery ticket. She's on that list for sure. I don't know how she lost a lottery ticket. So she lost it. So she's on that list too. With the honorable mention of Ebro in the morning. Hot 97's Ebro in the morning. They are on the list for biggest bag fumblers of 2025. We'll probably do some more top 5s of the year sooner or later on the show, just randomly tomorrow. I don't know what the show's going to be tomorrow, but be there for it. Like and subscribe to that notification bell, all that stuff on the Overall 99 Sports Channel. So I'm looking forward to that. A lot going on. I appreciate y'all. And of course, we have to end the show. Oh, do I even got it? I don't know if I got it, but
Zelmae cuss.
I don't even know if I had the video. That's great. Okay. We just gonna end it like this. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Like and subscribe, hit that notification bell. The video is frankly too big to be on the video, so it can't be the outro. So let's give y'all outro. Let's give y'all a Zell Theory outro. Y'all, let's make
Who is these? Oh.
Let's give y'all the outro. All right, appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Thank y'all for liking and subscribing, notification bell, all that stuff.